Yeah, I'm just excited to be here. Obviously, this is my first time being here, and our players too. Josh and I go back a long ways, and amazing facility. Haven't had a chance to look all the way around yet, but beautiful city, and like I said, you know, excited about the field. It's a really talented field, and it's tournament time again. So we're excited to be here, like I said.
Question. I guess for new players, what are the challenges of 10 days between games? How do you stay sharp? What kind of goes into that preparation?
Yeah, we did a bunch of scrimmages leading up to this after our time in Hoover. Really just scrimmaging every day is kind of what we did to stay on top of things. So it's not like we've missed reps, too many reps on, seeing live arms and stuff like that. So I think, we're picking up right where we left off.
Yeah, I think just keeping it as game-like as possible. Like you said, we spent all week and all weekend scrimmaging and those kind of things. So just trying to stay sharp, attention to detail, those things, keep it as game-like as we can to stay prepared.
Was there some kind of renewed energy within the team, just, making it here after kind of an inconsistent season at times?
Yeah, without a doubt. The biggest thing we're looking at is the whole season, the regular season, didn't go exactly the way we had planned it to. But at this point, it no longer matters. We're in a position to accomplish everything that we've been looking to accomplish for a long time. So at this point, it's just about taking care of business and what's in front of us now.
And Jack, just for you, getting back after Omaha last year, just getting back to this stage, what's it mean to you?
Yeah, it means everything. This isn't really just for the guys wearing the uniform right now. It's for all the guys in the past. Like Shelly said, there are a lot of ups and downs throughout the year, but, it doesn't matter anymore. Matt Laporta texted me last night, and we were just kind of talking about the postseason, how you just got to put everything behind you that's happened up to this point. It's basically a new season, so all the guys are juiced up and ready to go.
So like you talked about Liam a little bit yesterday, what's been his biggest growth, I guess, just from the guy who you sent out early, his first start to now? Do you have this opportunity tomorrow?
Yeah, he's done a 180, really, honestly. He's being able to throw his break the ball for strikes versus left-hand hitters, which he struggled with a little bit early on. His changeup is come on as much as any pitch that he has. He's been able to throw it to right on right quite a bit. He's got a lot of different weapons. He can throw his fastball to both sides of the plate. But the thing that separated him now from probably the first half of the year is his ability to make pitches with runners in scoring position, and the game's kind of slowed down for him. Don't really have an exact reason why it started to. We talk about the Vanderbilt start, that things kind of started to look like they were coming together for him. But, they talk about heart rate and those types of things. For whatever reason, he had the ability from that start moving forward after that, after he got hit with the line drive there in the forearm, to kind of slow things down and really, really execute some really quality pitches with runners in scoring position. And I think that's been the biggest difference with him from the beginning of the year till now, obviously.
Coach, how does Brett Sears compare to some of the arms you guys have faced this year? What you've been able to see?
It's hard to say. I haven't seen him live yet. All I do know is I've seen the video. He's extremely competitive. He throws a ton of strikes. He's undefeated. He's got like a 2 ERA, and in this day and age, you don't see very many pitchers that go through the course of a year undefeated and have a 2 ERA. So, he's a winner. So we're not going to be given anything. It's not like, he's going to walk 4 or 5, over a start. We're going to have to earn everything we get. And, he's their number one for a reason. They're in this position for a reason. They just won their tournament for a reason. He's not the only one. They had a lot of contributions from a lot of guys on their pitching staff, but he certainly is the leader of that staff for sure.
What are the challenges of facing a guy who lives around the strike zone like that, and conversely, what are the opportunities you get at the plate because of that?
I can't really answer that question. He's just found the ability. I'm sure there's a spot or two in every game that he's got to rise up and make a pitch here or make a pitch there, or somebody picks him up defensively. You don't go undefeated by yourself, so there's been help along the way, but we've seen some really good arms throughout the year, obviously, but every pitcher who's successful presents a different challenge for you. So our challenge is when we get opportunities to score, we're going to have our best at bats. It's really that simple. And, you know, guys, you know, like we're facing tomorrow, you may only get a few opportunities to score, but when you get your opportunities, you gotta really bear down and have your best at bats.
Kevin, how far back do you go with Coach Bolt, Coach Childress from their time at A&M when you guys would clash?
Yeah, Rob and I go. It's interesting, you know. Rob and I go back a long ways. Me and Josh go back a long ways, and you know, Rob and I have become really good friends over the years. I've always respected the way he's run his program. They were always competitive. They could always pitch. So it's really no surprise that they're having success on the mound like they are. I remember, I don't know what year it was. Maybe it was 2016. Like either A&M was 1 or we were 1 and the other one was 2. We had that series at our place, and I'll never forget it. I don't think there was a pitcher that went to the mound in a 3-game series for either team that threw a fastball under 93 or 94. It was like one of those rare occasions where you had number 1 versus 2. And I've always liked, you know, competing against Rob. You knew exactly what you were going to get, and they were always going to be well coached. And I'm, you know, like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing them. I haven't seen them since the SEC tournament. I mean our meetings, and we'd always have lunch before we jumped on the plane after the meeting. So I'm looking forward to seeing them.
I got one. Go ahead.
I was going to say for the players, there's a lot of talk about the number 1 strength of schedule. How is that helpful now, or is it helpful now to have gone through that gauntlet the way you guys did?
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely a battle-tested group. Having the number 1 strength schedule, I mean, it brings out really everything about your team. We fight, you know, constantly, day in and day out. And yeah, I mean, that's really all I got.
Yeah, I think whenever you're playing one of, if not the toughest schedules in the country, especially in the SEC and those kind of things, we've beaten some really good teams. And I think we've proven that there's nobody in the country that we can't beat whenever we're playing really good baseball. So that's given us confidence that we've seen just about all that college baseball has to offer as far as talent. And there's no doubt in our mind that if we play our best baseball, we can beat anybody.
Jack, kind of going back to the pitching, what have you guys seen maybe on tape, or just how are you guys comparing for Nebraska's ace and Brett Sears?
Yeah, you're going to get a lot of good pitches to hit, so you just got to be ready for them. This guy lives around the zone. Nothing crazy overwhelming when it comes to velo or anything like that, but he definitely knows, you know, how to attack hitters and how to be around the zone. So I think our preparation today and our preparation leading up to this week is, you know, going to help us out.
This one's a little out of left field, guys. I've been sitting on this throne Ann Hughes for a long time. She's been in Florida 43 years, came from Nebraska. Sully, she's been around since you've been here.
Mm-hmm.
How much has she just helped your program to have someone like that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, in order to have success over a long period of time, like we have, everybody's got to be pulling in the same direction. And when you don't have a whole lot of turnover, that certainly helps as well. And Ann is right in the center of this thing since day one, going back 17 years. You know, she's always on top of it. You know, her passion for her job is second to none, honestly. I mean, she's on top of the tutors. She's on top of the class schedule. She's on top of the incoming guys that we have coming in for summer B at the end of June. I mean, there's so many different things, but you know, her love for our program, her passion for what she does day in and day out for as long as she's done it is really inspiring, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm glad she had an opportunity to come out here, and I know see her down in the lobby in the morning, and she's got a big smile on her face. So just to have her be a part of this, I think is really special.
You guys, has she impacted? Have you guys worked with her much specifically?
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
Biggest thing I'll say is Ann does not let anything slide. She'll give you a call at 7:15 in the morning. She'll call you at 10:30 at night. If she sees something, she's on top of it. She keeps us accountable for what we do in the classroom and our class schedules. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Just she holds us accountable day in and day out. So she doesn't let anything slide. She's on top of her job for sure.
Yeah, nothing gets past her.
Coach, Lincoln, Nebraska, only about 6 hours from here. Would be a decent probably crowd from Nebraska. How are you guys preparing for
what might be a little bit of an environment that's a little bit unexpected or not completely neutral?
I fully expect it to be, pro Nebraska tomorrow. I watched the game on Sunday when they were playing Penn State, and the crowd was incredible. I wish I could share with these guys some of the stories, but I remember, I think it was 2002. Now I'm going back, way back. I was an assistant at Clemson, and we're playing Nebraska in Old Rosenblatt. I think Shane Comini was the starter. It was opening night, and I had never felt the type of energy in Old Rosenblatt like it was that night. It literally felt like the stadium was shaking, and it was a back and forth game. And I think Dave Van Horn was the head coach there, and Rob was an assistant, I think. But it's going back some years. I think it's 2002. But it was like a sea of red all around the stadium, and there was just one pocket of orange up behind home plate up top, Clemson fans. So, and the Nebraska fans have always been great, but that's one that sticks out. And like I said, it brought back a lot of memories when I watched the game on Sunday when we were playing Penn State, at Ameritrade.
Any other questions in the room? I guess we do have questions still coming from Zoom. Sullivan, if you can get them unmuted. Gotcha. All right, so our group on Zoom, can you hear us?
Yes, yep.
All right, in this case, it's your opportunity for questions. If you have any questions, go ahead and fire away.
All right, Jake Ronald, TB20. This is for Jack or Tyler. What is one thing, you've had a battle-tested year, what is one thing that a Gator baseball alum has told you that has motivated you for the regionals?
Probably when Mike Zanino sat us all down. It's probably, what'd you say, so like a month and a half ago probably?
Mm-hmm.
About a month and a half ago, and just told us to, you can't look at the big picture of things. You got to take it, one step at a time, focusing on each pitch, each AB, each inning, and kind of just taking it step by step rather than trying to jump ahead or focus on too much. So that's kind of been what's helped me.
Yeah, I think one of my biggest takeaways from obviously the conversation we had with Mike Zanino and other alumni as well is this is why we come play in the SEC. This is why you come play at Florida, is to be battle tested, to play against the best of the best, and to compete day in and day out. There's not an easy day around here, so that was my biggest takeaway, is that this environment is exciting for us. This is exactly where we want to be, and we're battle tested and we're ready.
What is the path to win in Georgia?
Can you repeat that, please?
How big was it to get that series win against a top 8 seed like Georgia before you started the SEC tournament?
Yeah, I think arguably that's a reason why we're here. We knew we had to win that series, and that was a good team. And the other part of that is it gave us confidence in ourselves. Like I said, we beat some really good teams, and we've proven that we can do that.
My final question, this is for all three of you. What has impressed you about Liam Peterson's progression over the past couple weeks?
He's just gotten really mature throughout the course of the year. He knows what's expected out of him. And, everybody knows that he has all the talent in the world. He's going to go out there and compete whenever he's out on the mound. But honestly, the biggest thing is just the way that he kind of goes about it. He's a very hardworking kid. And, it's going to be exciting to see what he does, in the future.
Yeah, and I think something that I've noticed is it's almost like a newfound confidence in him. Jack and I, and even Sully, just watching practice, we saw him all fall along. We've seen him as talented as he can be. His stuff is electric. There's no doubt that he's capable of accomplishing a lot and throwing big games for us and making big pitches. I think once he started to settle in and have some success, he got this newfound confidence, and it's only pushed him along further and propelled him.
Yeah, kind of echo the same thing. We all saw what he was capable of doing last fall. Obviously, we knew how talented he was when we recruited him, and he had an opportunity to sign professionally out of high school, like some of these, really talented players that we have in our program and throughout college baseball, for that matter. But he just, I knew there was going to be some points where he's going to have to learn and overcome some obstacles, because we were going to continue to throw him out there on the weekend regardless of the outcome, because we knew that that hopefully he would get to this point of the season and weather the storm, so to speak, and grow and improve like he has. But he's one of the more talented freshmen I've ever had, honestly. But there are some struggles your first year. There's not a whole lot you can do in a bullpen session or an inter squad session to prepare a young pitcher to get through the rigors of the SEC, which he has gotten through it, and he's learned a lot. And in turn, like Shelley and Jack have just said, his confidence has kind of continued to grow because of the success he's had.
Any other questions from Zoom? All right, let's call it wraps then.
All right, thanks. Thank you.